How y'all doing tonight? Tonight is just going to be a little quick live. Y'all know we gotta stay consistent. And really and truly, I wasn't into nothing at all. Like, I'm just having the worst day ever. When I say worst, I mean worst day ever. Like, so we need to eat. I eat all day. I'm hungry. I have some food here from last night. I'm thinking about eating. Well, I thought I was in the worst day. I was in the worst day. Got into a really bad argument last night. So, I'm trying to get my life together now. Because I literally lay down last night, lay down all day today. And I'm just trying to recoup and get back to myself. Because you can't stay down for long. And bad days can last forever. That I'm gonna eat is some leftovers from what I had last night. I didn't eat all. I had went somewhere with my cousin, so this was some Haitian spaghetti, they call it. So I can take some out because I know I ate all this tonight. Oh. I don't want to use no plate. Let me see if I have any. Y'all know leftovers still a slap good. So we're gonna put some of this Haitian spaghetti inside it. Hi to everybody that's joining the live. Put some of this Haitian spaghetti inside the plate. And then we can have like some leftover chicken. And we eat that. Gets to that energized. I might need a little bit more. Might need a little bit more. Hi, Infinity. How you doing? You get the chicken. Gotta get chicken. Hi, everybody who's joining the live. So since we have some chicken left over, we can put some chicken inside here too. Hi, all night going. This is just going to be a little chill night stream. We can read some Reddits, eat some food. So this is the Haitian spaghetti, what I had last night, and then we got some chicken, so we can warm that up, and that will be our dinner tonight. Okay, that can be our dinner tonight, and we got also have some wine. This is some sweet wine, because wine make days big better, you know. Need some wine. But yeah, y'all. Today was just not the day for me, okay? Hi, joke bad. How you doing? Today was just not the day. Today was just not the day. I got into a really bad argument, and I lay down all day because I somebody who have to decompress before I can find myself back, okay? So now I just waking up, really. I lay down all day and watch shows and stuff like that, literally. That's just how I am. It is what it is. But yeah, y'all, I want to read some Reddits tonight. Hi, how y'all doing? So let's see what's on the Reddit. What's on the Reddit? What topic y'all think we should do? Ooh, I see a good one. They say, what childhood experience ended up traumatizing you for life? Ooh, That's gonna be a good Reddit. So let's pour our wine. Don't pour too much, just a little bit, and we can get into these Reddits. Oh, the wine that I'm using is this one, Fusion. Okay, all our leftovers is warm. Let me see how it tastes. Still tastes good to me. Now we need that Frank's Red Hot. I don't have no more Louisiana, at least not here. I carry my Louisiana to work. So the Frank's Red Hot can have to do. And it's empty. Good thing I wasn't eating a lot of food. And then we can get some ketchup to put on the chicken. Just gotta make it work, y'all. Just gotta make it work. So let's get into these Reddits. We'll be watching. Okay, they say, what childhood experience traumatized you for life? This person say, I fell hiking and my brother tried to save me, but he fell and died. Survivor guilt is forever. Wow, I can't even imagine going through an experience like that. Let me see what else they say. My dad is punishing me at 12 by making me disrobe and putting me in front of the whole saying you don't own anything, not even your clothes. That one scarred you for life. I'm glad. Growing up in the Caribbean, there's something that we experience a lot. Like, our parents would always tell us, I bring you into this world, I could take you out, you know, growing up in the Caribbean. That's something that we experience. So, I understand that part. But I feel like that's a form of trauma too, because I didn't ask to be here. You bring me here. So why should I have to pay for life consequences? The next one is some people really have something. Some people really have some cruel stories. Okay, this one say, I was around 10 or 11 and my mom tried to stop drinking when I was allowed to visit her in the summer. I was supposed to be there for 2 months. On day 3, she had a seizure and threw up everywhere and passed out unconscious. None of my neighbors would answer the door, and I remember running frantically trying to find someone to help me. My mom didn't answer the phone, so I came home and just lay down over her body, screaming and crying for what felt like an eternity, thinking she was dead. She finally woke up and started organizing stuff in the house, acting like nothing happened. She spiraled worse after that. She spent majority of her 30s in group homes getting kicked out because she refused to stop drinking. After 5 more years, she was so far gone she couldn't even have a coherent conversation. She gained 200 pounds. Her skin was frighteningly yellow and she used a walker to get around. She thought I was still a baby and the government took me away from her. I had to explain to her that I was her son over and over, and I am now 50, 60, 70 years old. She frantically died 39 years old, and when I was 18, 1 month into university. The whole process of watching her slowly ended her life over the years was tough, and I never really recovered. I won't even get started on my dad, who was a meth user and spent half of his life in prison and became fanatically religious in his years later. Wow. That one is tough. I always give my sympathy to people like who grew up with like drug users and alcohol users, because it's never something for no child to go through. That's never something you want a child to go through or even experience. For real. The next one is, the recipe reading is, what's one childhood experience and traumatizing you? This one is food scarcity. Seeing my parents struggle to pay bills, and now I have a pantry, and now I make sure my pantry is always stocked and I have money saved. I like that. Something that traumatized me, I would say, is like hoarding. Like my grandma, she loves stuff. When I say love stuff, like old people don't like throwing away things. So me personally, I tell myself every year or every 6 months I throw away stuff, and I'd rather an open space than an empty space. Like where I live right now is a studio apartment, and I prefer for it here to be empty and I can hear myself than to be cluttered with a bunch of stuff. So I felt what she's saying by that part, because that's a lot, really, really and truly. Actually, the next one is what's one childhood experience that ended up traumatizing you? This person said, had my lower lip ripped off by a small dog when I was 3. Got it put back on. Now I just feel safe around big dogs, not small dogs. Wow. That's another childhood experience that traumatized me. Like my deepest fear, I don't know if it's traumatized, but my deepest fear is like being around dogs. Like no matter the size, I'd be so scared. I'd be running. Like I'm just uneasy because I always watch like shows and stuff where the dog would bite off the person and they never recover from it. You know, so I always used to be like scared of dogs like chasing me, catching me. Like I grew up around a cat house. A cat house is when you live in a cat house. Cats don't do nothing. But dogs, you have to really care for dogs 24/7. So I tell myself, now that I'm older, I can get a dog just to face my fears. Fears got a face. So I could just get over it. Let me just get over it one time and I'll be alright. Y'all, the food is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna know what I do. I ordered some food, but I didn't pick it up. And I wanted to cancel, but it's too late. So now that means I can't go there for another 2-3 weeks till I forget my number. Now let me give y'all my reasoning behind that now. My reasoning behind it was like, man, your food home, that food was in the fridge, why you spending money? And I was like, that's true, you know. What you spending money for? So that's my dilemma tonight. But I did good. I eat majority. This is actually good. I might eat a little bit more later. But I just needed something in the system because just need something in my system. What's up? This Reddit say, the Reddit be reading is, what's one childhood experience that ended up traumatizing you? This person say, having an alcoholic father who almost killed me while drunk driving. Ooh. Somebody else comment and say, sadly, this is true. My ex, who was my kid's father, used to drive them around while he slept. They were in charge of waking him up if he was about to hit anything. I immediately revoked his visitation when they told me. So he then sued me for custody. It was his word against theirs. From then on, he went to someone else and drive them anywhere they want. Wow. I can't even imagine something like that. Oh, what's one childhood experience that traumatized you? We reading Reddit, guys. This person say, learning about the rapture and the end of times. Y'all, I literally, well, that traumatized me too. Y'all, I literally was scrolling on TikTok one night, and I came across this story. I think it was Joel. I forget what the YouTuber name, but it was Joel, and he was saying like how he visited hell and back. And I was like, it was late. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was saying how he visited hell and back. So I started watching it, but then I get scared. So I wake up. When I wake up, I say, what, let me watch the full video on YouTube. And I watch it, and I was like, wow, like it's really amazing. Like stories like that always amaze me. Like people who visit hell and back, people who went to heaven and back, like them kind of stories always amaze me. And growing up, like I remember it always used to be a thing, like don't read Revelations, don't read Revelations. Like pastors wouldn't talk on Revelations, and I would go read that particular part because I was interested, like how the world really get end, or what can happen during the rapture or whatever. So that traumatized me in a lot of ways growing up. Like there's still a lot to think about now, even that you're older or whatever. Let's see what else we got up in here. Somebody say, what's one childhood experience that traumatized you? My kindergarten teacher was miserable. Was this miserable old crone and was verbally abusive to me. I still struggle with saying sorry or apologizing unnecessarily because of that. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about those teachers who would literally down talk you. I talking down talk you. You don't know who you are. Like some teachers, like when you were in high school, when you were in primary school, like some teachers could literally scar you for the rest of your life just by how they talk to you. And because they're miserable with themselves and miserable with their jobs, they take it on the students, and that can be traumatizing because it's a lot. Keep in mind now, when you go to school, you're with your teachers every day from 8 to 3. That's almost like your second parent. And that's why I hate teachers like who don't get the job and love the job, like love children. Like why come to work and be miserable and talk down on your students, traumatize them, and that's why you have a lot of successful people who always goes back to those same teachers that did them wrong. I remember I was watching a Steve Harvey show one time, and he was talking about how he used to study and stuff back then, and the teacher would ask him what he wanted to be. Is it Steve Harvey or Les Brown? I think it's Les Brown. The teacher would ask him like, who you want to be when you grow up or whatever. And the teacher would tell him, he said he wanted to be on TV, and everybody, the whole class laughed at his dream. The whole entire class laughed at his dream. So here it is now. He's now one of the biggest. He had Family Feud. He had his own show. So he said one Christmas he sent the teacher like 6 TVs, because when he said he wanted to be on TV, people laughed at him. People didn't believe in him. So I feel like some teachers literally traumatize their kids by what they tell them. It's just not right. Like it's not right. Like a lot of teachers will tell you, you're gonna be nothing, you're gonna make it. Instead you speak life into your students. Tell your students, encourage them. Sometimes a lot of children be going through a lot of things that we shouldn't even be going through at a young age. I remember when I was younger, I'll never forget this teacher. She named Miss Gilbert, my kindergarten teacher. At the time, I was living with my mommy at the time, and my mommy was going through a lot of things back then, and I was a child, so I didn't know no better or whatever. And my teacher asked me, like, why are you failing? And I told my teacher, I told her, I was like, my mommy and my stepdad used to be fighting a lot, like, you know, arguing a lot. So my teacher then talked to me. She encouraged me. She speak life into me. But however, she did tell my mommy what I said about her argument. And I still remember the cut up what I got. I still remember the cut up what I got up to this day for talking business when it's supposed to be talk. But that just goes to show, like, you know, my teacher didn't speak bad upon me, you know. She just told my mommy what I say and letting her know that it's affecting my grades and what's going on at home. So therefore I understood where she was coming from now that I get older. But why did my backside get tired up? Get tired for talking my mom business. Let's get into the next Reddit. What's one childhood experience that ended up traumatizing you? Getting kicked out at 16. I'm lucky to be alive and unaddicted. You know, I never believe in kicking children out. I never believe in that. I feel like y'all gotta work with your kids until, like, don't kick your kids out. What's one childhood experience that traumatized you? Falling backwards in the bathtub and waking up in the what? Falling backwards in the bathtub and waking up in a pool full of my own blood. What? That's crazy. Oh yeah, because you could hit your head on the tub. Okay, I understand. Jeez, I can't imagine going through that. You know what's a childhood experience that traumatized me? Back in the day, there was like this person going around just breaking into houses and stuff like that. And I feel like that traumatized me because when I was younger, like, that was always one of my deepest fears, like those kind of incidents. And it's like, even now, like, I have anxiety when I home alone or home by myself. Like, it was a time and point where the police and everything, they get called because I thought somebody was inside the house, but it wasn't nobody. It was like my uncle. So that was like a childhood experience that traumatized me for life. So yeah, a lot of us go through traumas in different ways. It's crazy. It's literally crazy. Let me see. A lot of people talking about, like, how they're, oh, what is a childhood experience that traumatized you? My mother's mental breakdown. She was in the same after. She felt as though I was raised two different people by two different points of my childhood. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, anytime you see a parent cry, like, it can definitely be traumatizing, because I know I'm traumatized. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So I think that's all the Reddits that we are going to read tonight. Oh my god, what is this? That's all the Reddits we reading tonight. So y'all, I can see y'all tomorrow. This week we going back into our chit chat, get ready with me and stuff like that. But y'all know we being consistent. So, oh, and I also posted a new video. It's on my channel. It's actually a makeup review. So stay tuned for that. And I have some more videos on the way that I'm editing. But y'all know we're live streaming every month for this month. We're live streaming every day for this month. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to turn on your post notifications so you can see every time that I go live. So we can see, you know,